This video is for any guy out there right now who is struggling. The reason I'm making this video is because I had a guy message me and he said, "You're legit the definition of a man. I'm jealous. I feel like you just have a manly energy and I don't." Now, I think in the era we are in, there is a vast pool of men that are becoming less manly, less masculine. And that is truly because we have been demonized as men. We are no longer the superheroes. We are no longer the business owners. And all the narratives and everything in the media and comic movies and superhero movies and TV programs, men are being put down for being men. And I think the most present version of this that you can probably relate to right now is, if you think about Thor. Thor has 4 movies. He's obviously featured in a lot more than that. Thor, the first one, extremely masculine, extremely dominant, powerful, strong, always witty, kind of hitting with punchlines, funny moments, but can be damn right serious when he needs to be, can be take control of a situation, stomp out an army, but then is also humorous when it needs to be. And now, in the most recent Marvel movies, Thor is always the butt of the joke. He's fat, he's overweight, he's isolated and he's alone. He's in a cabin, alone, playing video games, eating junk food, drinking alcohol. He has gone from a hyper hero that guys can look up to and guys can see themselves in and be like, I want to be like that. When you're in the movies, you think of yourself as Thor. Now I don't like Thor. Now Thor is the butt of the joke. Thor isn't serious. Thor has been written in a way that Thor is now no longer a figure for guys to look up to. And that is because we are being demonized as men. And there's now a vacuum. There's a lack of masculine. There's such little forms of that you find guys now gravitating to the extremes. There's guys that now idolise Andrew Tate. For whatever reason, he's obviously hyper successful and all those things, but he also gets a bad image painted on him. And he could be bad, but he's known for being hyper masculine. There's guys online that you then gravitate to because there's just a lack of other masculine men out there. And I think we're in a time where there is such a lack of it that is actually impacting all men. All men are now becoming less manly. And to me, that's a massive issue. That is a backward step. We need more masculine men, not less men. Not people that aren't willing to stand up for themselves. They can't speak in a room. They can't take care of themselves or take care of the loved ones in their life. That is an issue. So how do you go from being these passive men to becoming someone that is in control, that is confident, that can do shit that is difficult? And I think that guys need to aspire to be more masculine, not less masculine. And the way that we start by doing that isn't by trying to achieve certain outcomes. It's by finding yourself and your beliefs. So if your social media is flooded, like mine is, with guys trying to sell you on how to make money on how to be successful, on how to drive fancy cars, wear luxury clothing, own jewelry, property, have high value women. All of that is the outcome. All of that is just trying to sell you on a belief of an outcome. Where that isn't where you start. You don't just earn money. You have to find the value in yourself first. And this is something that I believe in because I didn't value myself. I didn't have belief in who I was. I was soft, I was weak, I was not willing to speak up. I wasn't willing to defend myself. I was very soft and limp. And the way that you get those outcomes, more money, building the vision that everyone's trying to kind of sell to you of what is a successful guy, is by finding yourself. And the way to first find yourself is to take care of yourself, is to stop the addictions and the bad shit that you have going on in your life. See, when you remove the vices that you are going into right now and start replacing them with self-discipline and self-improvement, you start to build the person that you want to become. The reason that I wasn't successful in other things was because I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe that I could be successful. And I think that is what that person that messaged me meant. It's simply the fact that I have confidence in myself and believe in myself and the words that I'm speaking and the truths that I am saying. It's none other than that. It is literally just trust in yourself and believe in the path that you are going down. And that is a massive area that guys don't do anymore. They don't have faith in themselves. And they don't have a direction, they don't have a purpose, they don't have an end goal. And without that, you are simply just wasting your time on this earth that we have such few moments of. We're here and we're gone in a snap. So, start by building yourself. Start by figuring out your beliefs. Who are you? What do you believe? What do you think? Focus on that. Expand your knowledge on you. Like, I literally, in my notebooks over there, I'm not going to grab it. I write down the majority of my thoughts and try and expand on them to really understand what is going on in my head. What do I think about the most? What do I believe in? What are my key values? And what makes you uniquely you? What can you offer to the world? What can you say to the world that no one else can say? Because you're probably pretty badass at the core, somewhere deep inside. There's value that you have in you, but it's just fucking covered up by so much shit and distractions that you don't actually know it. I very much think that if you don't know you, how is anyone else going to know the true you? And the reason that I started to figure this out is because I was in relationships where I was pretending to be someone else. I was pretending to be something to make someone else satisfied and happy, to be the version of them, of myself, that they wanted me to be. And until I figured out who I wasn't able to make progress in anything. And I have figured that out by making sure that I focus on me. And I think we all are so individual that you need to let your individuality come out more. You right now are probably quite quirky, witty, you have strengths, so what are they? Because whatever they are is going to be more powerful if you focus on them than trying to just be a people pleaser or trying to be passive and soft. Like, the way that I look at it is, people are going to be drawn to you if you're unique. You would rather be unique than just be a carbon copy of everyone else. And I have found that, like, you'll be surrounded by people that are truly interested in you if you are yourself. The way that I look at this is like, if you are dating and in the dating pool, and you might be alright attractive wise, you might be able to speak, you might be able to hold a conversation, the date might go well, but if the girl then leaves that date and goes, you know, it was nice, but there just wasn't a spark, there wasn't something there, that's probably because you are boring. You're not you. You're not showing your truest self. Whereas if you let those quirks out, people in your life are going to be almost addicted to your quirks. Like, I'm a bit of a geek. I like random facts. I like knowing stuff. I like technology. I like tech. I like keeping up to date with the tech world and having up-to-date tech. I like cameras. I like building gaming PCs. I like PCs. I'm a bit of a geek outside of the gym world. And people are drawn to that. People like that. And if you're going on a date with a girl and then she goes, oh, I've just got a thing for geeks. Just like in the way a guy would say, I've just got a thing for goths. They've got a thing about them, and that's what makes them special, and they've aligned with that thing. That's what you need to do. You need to find who it is you actually are, find your beliefs, find and figure out what it is that makes you you. Then develop it, grow it, hit it harder, become a better person. If you can truly find out who you are, figure things out, and then expand on you, grow on you, go through a period of self-development, you then believe in yourself, you then have confidence, you then know what your values are, and you can speak strongly with a strong heart and a proud chest. If you then do all that, and take care of yourself, you work in your personal hygiene, you are fit, you are healthy, you've got a good physique, you are put together. That is a synergy between your physical and your mental. You can't have those two things separate. You need to be physically fit and healthy, and you need to be mentally strong and have a perspective of the world. Because without those things, you are lost. You aren't disciplined, and you don't know the truths that you live your life by. So, figure those two things out, and whatever it is you want to do as an outcome, you will earn from being yourself, from being high value, from being aligned, by treating yourself better. By trying to brute force success, like I have tried to do, doesn't work if you don't believe in yourself and you don't know yourself. Because the only way to be successful is to truly live a life that is aligned with you, so that you can go through your life, get to your end of your days, and be goddamn proud of the actions you've taken for serving you that then served others. Because without it, you are simply just showing up every day and like, what the fuck's happening? What's my boss going to tell me today? What's life going to throw at me today? And you speak negatively to yourself, you treat yourself like shit, just for the sake of passing time. So, start figuring yourself out, start knowing you, start becoming more you. Because I guarantee that you are special. I guarantee that you have unique qualities that you just aren't shown to the world enough because you're not confident enough to show them to the world. You're not aligned with you. It honestly does annoy me when I see guys that just are passive and soft and aren't anything, because it reminds me of me. It reminds me of earlier versions of me. reminds me of a younger me. And that creates an emotional response in me that I want to help. I want to show you that you are more, that you are capable, and that you are fucking badass. Because I have been in a place where I lack all of these things. I've been in a place that sucks, you feel down, you feel out. And if you can overcome what I'm saying in this video, you can be so much fucking more than you are. And I think the potential of men excites me because you are badass. But the lack of action on that now pisses me off. Because why are we here? What else have we got to do but to make ourselves proud of who we are? That's it. Like, I think that's a purpose. Just grow, become better, enjoy the experience of learning, of going through hard times, of going through good times, of just growing and experiencing everything that life has to offer. So, go out there, figure yourself out, figure out your values, figure out what makes you tick. Start working on yourself. Start implementing routines, habits, start fucking working out hard. Start treating your body right. Start fueling it correctly. Start being a badass in every single sense of the term. And you're going to be pretty fucking fulfilled. You're no longer going to have a lack of confidence. You're no longer going to struggle to speak up, to speak to the girl. You're no longer going to be scared of being alone because you know who the fuck you are. So, like, subscribe. I will see you in the next one and have a phenomenal day.